Good morning, Team Schneider. My name's Mark Rourke, and I'm pleased to kick off the festivities. Another great day for Associate Appreciation Week. The weather's just been outstanding. Joining me on stage is I would say, the most famous bell ringer in the free world. So on April 6th, we obviously transitioned a very big milestone of the organization, moving from a private capital structure to one where we operate within the public equity markets. We had 4 of our trucks parked on Wall Street right outside. We had our 2015 Ride of Pride. We had a brand new orange Cascadia sleeper unit. We had a brand new intermodal dray unit. And then we had our latest addition to the Schneider family, our 28-foot straight truck for final mile delivery, all logoed up. And behind that was this huge backdrop, probably a 4-story Schneider banner hanging off of the columns. You come out of the subway and the digital representation of Schneider orange was right outside the subway. And just because we changed from a privately funded to a public capital company, we're not changing who we are, we're not changing what's important. And while up on that balcony to ring that bell, we had members of the management team. We had all 5 children of Don and Pat Schneider. But what was the most important element is who's the star of the show, is who rings that bell, right? And what was most important is that we had someone who represents the heart and soul of this organization, which is our driver community. And so we had to select someone out of that huge pool of folks who were so deserving, but it was hard not to come up with this gentleman to my right, Bob Wyatt, 43 years with the organization, one of our 5,300 million-mile safe drivers in the history of the organization. But only one of 2 who has a 5 million mile safe history.
Cut it out.
And a personality the size of Texas doesn't hurt. But so we got up there, right? And as Bob does, he gets a little bit of a debriefing before the event. And man, this thing is, it's a Hollywood production. And he was told that you have to ring that bell for 10 seconds, because if you ring it less than 10, the floor boos you, right? So Bob said, just as Bob is precautious about everything he does, he goes, we're going to ring it for 11 seconds, right? So if you help Bob count down from 11, start clapping first. Let's get some clapping going. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. He said the last 3 were for lunch. So Bob, we've asked a lot of you over these last couple of weeks, haven't we? The last couple of months to do a lot of things extra. It's my understanding that for all the things that you've done, we haven't bestowed upon you a challenge coin, a Schneider challenge coin that represents the very best of everything that's about this organization, and that is you. All right? Thank you. Bob Wyatt. All right, we have 2 other just incredibly important folks with us today. John Richard, please, our 2015 Ride for Pride driver from the great state of Ohio. And David Price, our brand new 2017 Ride of Pride driver from the great state of Texas. All right.
That's 16.
16, I'm sorry, I said 15, I get all fired up, 16. Let me introduce you to David, a 5-year veteran of our organization out of Hazlet, Texas, driving intermodal, our second intermodal-based Ride for Pride driver. Volunteered or enlisted into the military after 9/11 at the ripe young age of 38 years old to serve his country. 2 tours, Kuwait and Afghanistan. He's named this truck, you've named it, right?
She's called the American.
I'm going to ask you to tell the group why you named it, what you named it. So, go ahead.
She's called the American for 2 reasons. The way to honor my father, his race car was called the American, and I've got a picture of it that I keep with me when I was 5 years old. There's one of me in the race car, and then there's one of the race car, and it's decorated. It's not quite that pretty, but she's called the American. It's got the name on the side. But moreover, and this is what I address to the wonderful people at Freightliner in Cleveland, North Carolina, every one of you has your own opinion and your own beliefs in what it means to be an American. And all of those men and those memorials that are on that truck did too. And the way she looks, I think it's a very fitting name, and I hope you do too.
David Price. John, did you pick her unit up too?
What was that? Did you pick your unit up? Yes, I did.
Yeah. So John, what was your experience now a year ago picking up that beautiful piece of iron?
Well, it was definitely quite an experience. Not what I was expecting as a truck driver, definitely. But over this last year, I've had so many unforgettable and once-in-a-lifetime opportunities and memories, I can't even begin to count how many I've had.
Yeah.
It's just been quite an experience that I'm truly honored I was selected to be able to drive this.
Well, for good reason. Thank you. All right, so please accept on our behalf and everything that you're doing on behalf of the company and the veterans around the country, a coin, a challenge coin on behalf of the organization. Thank you, John. And you as well. Thank you, sir. All right, let's get in our positions on the horn. All right. Gentlemen, please. All right. We're going to sound those horns, and we're going to have that drone take a terrific Schneider Day picture. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hey!